Hello, everybody. It's time for another episode of Grant Draws. Today on the show, we have Incubator Press, Isaac Fisher, and Chasler. Let me go through the comments really quickly, and then we will talk about your Kickstarter. I should mention before we get too far along that we are sponsored by the Independent Creator Directory. The Independent Creator Directory is basically the Internet Movie Database, but for independent creators. And let me plug in my laptop before we get too far along. Sorry about that, guys. I hope I didn't give anybody vertigo. So I'm sorry, what were we saying? Yeah, if you haven't checked out the Independent Creator Directory yet, you should do that. It is a really cool resource for independent creators, whether we're talking about RPG creators, comic book creators, illustrators, all types of cool stuff like that. And I'm going to go through the chats really quickly. Dan Hollifield is saying, good evening. Good evening, Dan. Don Carlene is saying, welcome back online, Dan. Josh was looking for you earlier. I don't know who Josh is, but I don't know. If he's looking for Dan, I hope Dan doesn't owe him money. I don't know. I'm not going to tell Josh where you are, Dan, just in case you owe him money. Carl says, good evening. Dan says, blame Thursday night's thunderstorm. It damaged some of the wiring in my old modem. The tech team has swapped both for new parts around lunchtime today. New modem.
For a sec.
We found Dan.
Yeah. Nice to have new things. Houston Dave is here. Congratulations, Houston Dave, for being here at the beginning of this show and not 3 minutes before we end like usual. Donna says, hi, Dave. Carlos says hi, Dave, as well. I say hi, Dave, to Dave as well. Carlos says, looks like rain here. Not sure how much, though. I'm a little bit jealous, Carl. I like rain. I know I'm a weirdo, but I actually really like rain. So it's good news that I live in Pittsburgh, right? Houston Dave is saying howdy again. Don Dulles. Good evening, Don. How are you today? Everybody's saying hi to Don. And Donna says, don't forget to like and share, folks. Donna's better at my job than I am. And that's me just saying one more minute while we work through technical difficulties. I think Chaz was having a little bit of trouble figuring out how to turn on like his video and his audio. But we got that sorted out, so it worked out fine. Donna Carlene is saying hi to Grant. She's also saying welcome to a bunch of weirdos named Isaac and Chaz. Either of you guys know Chaz? Okay, and speaking of the Independent Creator Directory, Joe Bachman is here. If either of you are interested in joining the Independent Creator Directory, you can message Joe Bachman on Facebook, Instagram, all the social medias.
Thank you, Joe. Taking a look.
Yeah, check it out. And Houston Dave is saying hi to all of us. And I am going to bring up a little thing here. This is called Milo the Mime. Now, I should introduce you guys. Isaac and I are actually not internet buddies. We are actually, well, I guess we are internet buddies, but we're also real life buddies. We probably hang out more often, except that Isaac had to go and fall in love, and he ran off with a Latin lover, right?
Beautiful Peruvian.
Is that offensive to say?
No, it's a compliment. Yeah, I'm in Lima, Peru. So to give some background, back in 2022, I met Grant, I met Marvin, I met Manny. Actually, I'd known Manny for quite a while before, but linked up with Manny, met DP, the whole Comicsburg crew as well. Got to include Will as well. Though Will, I think he kind of joined up with Comicsburg more recently, right?
Right.
Um, and Will's got a Trillion coming out on Kickstarter too. So there's Comicsburg's doing a lot of Kickstarter activities as well.
Right.
Um, yeah. So Grant, real life buddy, has now turned to internet buddy, but I'm hoping to get back to Pittsburgh at least at some point before the year's over.
We should explain that incubator. Would you call it like it's like a subdivision of Comicsburg now, or is it like is it still its own entity?
Yeah, we're doing our thing. So there's a few comics that are uh, I would say available through Comicsburg as well. We've got a title from Spencer Thompson, who is based out of Atlanta, called Dr. Carrots, and this year he put out Dr. Carrots #2, and that is co-published with Comicsburg and Incubator. Um, Milo the Mime is at the moment incredibly indie. That's a project of Chaz, myself, and we've got two other amazing editorial assistants on the team as well. And so, yeah, we're in Pittsburgh. We know that the comics community is very strong, tied closely together. And it's created an amazing synergy between the work that Incubator does, helping new comics, new ideas get off the ground, and collaborating with Comicsburg to get them available into stores through distribution channels. So that's kind of like, at least so far, where things are going.
So, Chaz, how did you get involved in Isaac's weird pyramid scheme known as Incubator Press?
It's funny because he found me, actually. You see, I typed in Isaac and I are part of this this illustrators group called PSI, Pittsburgh Society of Illustrators.
Okay.
And I had this idea for a children's book that I wanted to make. Well, actually, my dad suggested I make a children's book on my own and see if anyone from PSI could help me.
Okay.
So I typed in my idea, and most of them, they were pretty old. They gave me some suggestions that I didn't quite like. And they told me like some ways that to search for like publishers that basically let me hit on every roadblock. Sorry. But then came Isaac, who said, I like this idea. I want to do this with you. Come join me, meet me, and we'll talk.
Oh, okay. So Isaac, are you a member of the Pittsburgh Society of Illustrators?
Yeah, absolutely. Been a card-carrying member since 2021.
That's awesome.
And yeah, the great thing about PSI is it's, they're, how to put this, it's a lot of veterans, it's a lot of very well accomplished illustrators. It's folks who really got their growth and come up and career development 40 years ago, 50 years ago, maybe 30 years ago for the young ones. And the publishing world has changed a lot in that time as well. I think we're living in a time where you really have to start out as an indie creator before those more commercial opportunities make themselves available. And some of the, I would say, you know, some of the advice that folks from PSI can give are great. How do you negotiate contracts? How do you defend your rights as a creator? These are really important when you start working with bigger publishers through agencies, etc. But a lot of the younger folks actually are the ones who kind of have the most recent career development knowledge and things to give. So, one of the things that kind of jumped out to me just in the forum was when Chaz was sharing the early editions of Milo the Mime. The feedback that was kind of being passed around was like, oh, this would be great if it was about Marcel Marceau. What if you did a children's book that was a bio, book on Marcel Marceau and his impact? And yeah, maybe that would be a good idea, but
I mean, that's almost like, hey, this would be a great idea if it was something completely different. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's almost like they're not even running with the idea that you had. They're like completely changing your idea.
I mean, yeah, that is true. And look, the people of PSI are very helpful. They're very good.
yes.
No shame to them. It's just, I need someone who is more in tune with the way people get their work out. I mean, it's a lot, I want to say it's a lot easier, but it's like a little less hard to show your work, if that makes any sense.
I would say in the modern era, it's both easier and harder. The invention of social media is a blessing and a curse, right?
That's correct. And there have been some indie projects who became very successful, like the Amazing Digital Circus, if anyone's ever heard of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Chaz.
Yeah. And there are so many projects who are still trying to move forward. Like you might have seen a pilot or like a one-off comic that has great potential. They just don't have the funds or like
or maybe even a roadmap.
Right.
Yeah, Carl, Dan, that's I saw your comment. I wonder how many younger folks would even know who Marcel Marceau was. Absolutely. That was I think this is one of the coolest parts about Milo the Mime, is Milo can be an avatar for younger audiences who, frankly, Marcel Marceau was of the previous generation. There's, for the art of mime, even when we talked with other mime performers, it's it's like, hey, how about we have a new character, breathe some new life in.
Yeah, I should note I've been bad about keeping up with the chats. I should say someone sane came in and waved. Someone saying thank you for showing up. Donna saying hi. Isaac was nice enough to already read this comment. Dan is agreeing with Carl. And Donna doesn't even know who Marcel Marceau is. Would you say Marcel Marceau is the world's most famous mime?
At the moment, yes. I mean, unless there's someone else. I mean, he's very big in the mime community, very, not just in performing, but also in history. Like he was around World War II and he saved a couple lives, if that makes any sense. Like based on the research I have done.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. And like He appeared in movies and television.
So just to make it, just to let it note, I think Donna was joking about not knowing who Marcel is. It's a really hard name to say, isn't it? Like maybe that's why he doesn't talk.
There could be a piece to that. And I have a feeling Marcel Marceau may be a stage name as well, because Marcel and Marceau are kind of the same name, right. A version of Mark. So
now I do. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I think we were talking a little bit too, just about Chaz, kind of the journey and the independent, right? This world that we live in, where I think it's easier, the tools to create and the tools to share, I think, have never been more accessible. Printing, which used to be kind of a roadblock and a barrier for a lot of folks, even now, I'm really impressed with how digital printing has evolved and made, like, you can put together really high quality printed works now pretty accessibly. But when all the tools become more available, what becomes really important is how are you sharing your project? Who are you sharing it to? So yeah, Chaz, I don't know if you want to, if there's anything to add to that, but I think that's part of the journey of Milo the Mime is we have an amazing story, an amazing concept. Now we're walking the path of getting it out.
So what do you say we take a look at I'm sorry, did you have something to add?
No, Chaz? No, I think Isaac pretty much said it all.
So for any of you guys who think that I'm a giant hypocrite because I'm trying to get you to back this, look at this. It says you're a backer. You already pledged. If I had known that you guys were going to be on the show, I would have waited till you were on the show to pledge, just so we could have that big dramatic moment where everybody in the audience is thinking, oh man, is Grant going to pledge or isn't he? And then I finally pledge and everybody's really excited. Oh, look at this. I didn't notice this. This is a project we love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got an email on Monday. No, today's Monday. We got an email
last Monday.
Was it last Monday or last? I think it was a little bit later, maybe like last Thursday.
Yeah, like didn't we get that notification like a few days after our launch?
It was within the first week.
Okay. Well, when you got the email isn't that important. The important thing is that you got the email. So do you guys want me to play the video for everybody?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
We love the video. So featuring Jeremy the Mime.
Cool.
Well, what do we have here? Looks like a mime, and it appears he's reading a book. Looks like he's reading some sort of comedy. This next book he's reading isn't happy at all. Seems to me like this new book he's reading isn't worth a 5-star review. You know, it's a good thing we can't see it. Otherwise, we would be as enraged as him. But you can definitely see this book. Introducing Milo the Mime, the newest self-written, self-illustrated, and self-promoted book for all ages. The book is about a mime named Milo. He is a mime that gestures and pantomimes his way through life, though sometimes his miming skills often get him into trouble. But Milo's special qualities shine through when he has to stop a robbery. What happens afterwards? You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, hi. My name is Charles Chasler, or Chas for short, and I want to introduce you to my first book ever made, Milo the Mime. the book that I wrote and illustrated all by myself. I made this book because I want to share my arts and talents with people, as well as show various studios, animated or illustrated, of what I can do. This book isn't directly for little kids, but more for parents who love to read to them. They'll love the humor, the design. It'll introduce them to the art of miming, and it'll show how one person's work can make a difference. Right now, you can go to my Kickstarter, where you can help fund as well as buy this book. This book can be for yourself or for your loved ones, with tiers starting at $25. But that's not all. We are also introducing some Milo merchandise. Here we have some fine acrylic keychains that you put on your book bag or your lunchbox. Take a look at this. We have some sticker pages. Look as usual. Some buttons that you can put on. And these fine bookmarks of your choice for free. With your support, I will be able to create more illustrated works and collaborate with others. You will also be helping Incubator Productions.
Incubator Productions is a small indie company that helped me pave the way for this book to be where it is right now. Your support counts even at the dollar level.
Thank you, and I hope you enjoy my book, Milo the Mime.
To order your Milo the Mime book, as well as these other goodies, simply click on the Kickstarter link in the description, click on the video to the link, or scan this QR code. Enjoy reading! Oh, we are not going to talk about what he's reading.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So where did you
I think I've won a couple of Razzies for that.
where did you find the mime, if you don't mind me asking? Or is that a secret?
He's an old friend of Isaac's. He recommended me to him.
So Jeremy is he's a Pittsburgh local. He is also a stage actor. Does a lot of theater, just a lot of community theater in and around Pittsburgh. He had a really good performance there's a theater in Beaver County. I think it's called like Iron. I always forget the name of the theater itself. Iron Horse or Iron Works Theater. He was a co-star of the Whipping Man, which was a really Carl's asking for a link.
Oh, okay, that's my fault. I apologize.
Jeremy just so happens to be also one of my best friends. So when I reached out to him saying, "Hey, like we need a mime, can you do it?" He answered the call, but he gestured the call.
Wait, mimes are allowed to answer the phone? No,
I
better
defer the
question.
chats.
Are mimes allowed to text? That's a better question, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
Jeremy also did the voiceover, so you do hear Jeremy's voice as well. So
Well, that's actually good to know, because the next time I do a trailer, I might have to get his phone number off of you.
oh yeah, for sure. He's I really enjoy Jeremy's voice work in general too. So he's living in two worlds: voice acting and mime work. You
would think those were contradictory, wouldn't you?
Right. Who knows? Maybe when it's combined, the world blows up.
So let's see. So Chaz is both the writer and the illustrator.
That's
on
correct.
Milo the Mime. Now, how hands-on was Isaac? And that's don't get me wrong. I'm not accusing you of doing anything inappropriate. I'm just saying, like, did you help him develop Milo the Mime, or was it pretty well developed when you discovered it?
Isaac gave me Isaac gave me some suggestions art-wise, which I've done.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly
The way
to
you
keep
paused,
all
I
the
thought
images within the safe area.
The way
So
you
don't they get
paused, I
cut
thought
off.
you were going to say you ignored his suggestions, but I'm glad that that's not the case.
No.
I've had a lot of suggestions, so Chaz is definitely being gracious, when saying some. But yeah, ultimately Milo the Mime, is Chaz's script, Chaz's concept, Chaz's art, the whole way through. A lot of my role as the editor really is to make sure that everything that Chaz has put together hits that level of professionalism and quality, that it can sit on a bookstore shelf and be the book that you choose. So some of the other activities we did during the making of the book, we did like a beta reading period where we sent the first manuscript out to, was it like 15 people, I think, 15 to 20 people.
Between that.
And they, they completed a Google form giving their feedback. Hey, these are places where things could be improved. Oh, this is really working. And we took all of that feedback and we essentially did a second draft that answered a lot of the open questions. So, there's certainly an editorial process that has gone through this book as well. And I would say even as we get it past the point of launch and we're doing the initial 500 copy print run, that we'll go through with a fine-tooth comb to make sure every letter, every word is put in the right spot. And inevitably we'll miss something, I'm sure, and we'll fix it again for the next edition. So it is something that with these works, getting that first edition out there is so important.
Right. So now I do see here a little bit lower, you have an audiobook as well. Do you want to talk about the development of that at all?
Yeah, we thought about what if this book had a narrator, and we made like a list. Well, I made a list of like voice actors that I want to narrate my book. It was like a first come, first serve kind of thing. Like we saw some of them were harder to get. Like we obviously couldn't get someone like Jim Cummings or Rob Paulson, even though I will really love it if Jim Cummings narrated my book.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
we also
For those of you who don't know who Jim Cummings is, he was the voice of Winnie the Pooh, and I believe also Darkwing Duck.
And we also added voice actors that were famous on indie projects like Michael Korvac, who you might know as Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus, and Alex Rashawn, who played Kane from the Amazing Digital Circus. Basically, and we also wanted to get Brandon Rogers, who played Blitz on Hell of a Boss. But the first guy who replied to us was Alex Rashawn.
Cool.
And he was fun to work with. He loved the project. He was very clear on his vocabulary. He had a very clear voice on what he gave to this book.
Grant, do you want to play a few seconds from it?
Sure.
People can hear. Very thematically aligned, but still a different experience for Milo the Mime than the video.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mime. His name is Milo. He may look like a clown, but he is not. While clowns make you laugh with funny sounds, mimes are silent, but still just as expressive. Being a mime, Milo can do anything through body gestures. He can lean against a lamppost or be stuck in a box. What else can Milo do? Walk a dog, pull something heavy, fight a snake. Milo gestures so well that his gestures become real. He can ride a bike on a sunny afternoon, even if there is no bike. When it rains, Milo can gesture holding an umbrella, and it will keep him dry. Now, as a mime, Milo can't make any sounds. He can't even speak, not even a whisper. So how does Milo communicate? Milo communicates with body and facial gestures. Gorilla! Over there! Everyone panic!
Okay, so I think that's a pretty good sample of that, right?
Perfect.
It is. Yeah, and you might hear Kane's voice a few times in this audiobook.
Well, I was going to say it's not only the audiobook, but there's also like sound effects in it as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'll give a lot of credit. We're very blessed that Chaz is as multi-talented as he is. The videography, the video editing, the audio engineering, that's all Chaz as well. So
Cool.
imagine, and I think this is something that, Chaz, we've discussed as well, that Milo, yes, he's starting as a children's book because this is an accessible place to meet this character. But what Chaz brings to the table, and frankly, we also have some interns as well, our editorial assistants who are animation majors at Point Park, and there's like animated Milo mini shorts floating around on TikTok and on YouTube. There's, I think that we're slowly discovering that Milo might one day exist as an animated feature.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we have the talent to make it happen. This Kickstarter is the first step.
Awesome. So I'm kind of just scrolling slowly. I mean, my philosophy is if anybody wants to read this more in depth, they can go to the Kickstarter, which I put the link in the comments there. So I do encourage everybody to at least take a look at the Kickstarter for Milo the Mime. So I know that this is the most cliche question out there, but how did the idea for this come along, Chaz?
Actually, it's pretty much a long story. I got this idea of an old drawing I made of mime twins. It was mostly just a one-off. And another idea I had for Milo the Mime is, have you seen this show? You've probably seen Dexter's Laboratory, right?
Right.
Here, there's this episode where Dexter becomes a clown and Dee Dee has to save him and cure him. And the only way to save him is when she goes to this little mime club where they teach her all the miming stuff. Yeah, the episode is called The Laughing. And I remember seeing it as a kid. I was like, wow, these people exist? It looked so much fun to me, to be honest. And
yeah,
and that's and I also based them off of famous silent characters like Felix the Cat, some Charlie Chaplin, Harpo Marx, Buster Keaton. I mean, he's not 100% exactly like them. He's more like an inspired idea.
Right.
Yeah. So 2 years ago, my dad talked to me saying I should start a children's book because I was looking for jobs in the field of animation, but I kept on getting rejected. So he just told me, why don't you make a children's book? So I decided, hey, what the hell? I mean, what the heck?
You can say hell.
Yeah.
Just because this is a children's book, that's okay. I mean, it's 9:30 at night. I think most kids have gone to bed.
Yes.
They're in a different time zone.
Mm-hmm.
But so I was going to ask. So is the art of mime something that you're interested in? Is it something that you describe yourself as an aficionado or an enthusiast?
No, I wouldn't say that, but I was fascinated by it as a kid. That my mom took me like to a little children's theater group where they had a mime. Well, he
Right.
did miming. He also talked, explained what we saw and such. But yeah. But I mostly enjoyed like the cartoony gesturing, if it makes any sense. Like how would
Right.
someone who is silent will be able to get out of this situation he's in?
Yeah, I love watching like old silent movies just to see the facial expressions that they make. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of obsessed with weird facial expressions, anyways, and not just in silent movies, but I don't know. Like they just had to be so expressive in order to get across what they were trying to say, right?
Correct.
So, how hard has the transition from the children's book to animated shorts been?
Well, basically, the animated shorts were done by Maria.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, is she adapting the book?
No,
directly? Okay.
no, she's actually adapting the comics. Yeah, I did like little short comics.
Okay.
She animated them, and I added in the sound effects.
Oh, awesome.
Well, after she
Yeah.
adds in the sound effects, I just add or replace some just to make it funnier, if it makes any sense, just to make it work.
So now, how did you get interested in doing audio work as well? Was that
I've actually done some audio work, not professionally, but like personally, especially when I was learning how to use Adobe Premiere Pro in high school and college.
right?
Yeah, I thought it was fun to like put random sound effects at like certain actions, certain hits, certain beats. And plus sound effects are just fun to use.
Exactly.
Like most of the sound effects we use were from Hanna-Barbera. And
Yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, all of them are from Hanna-Barbera.
I was just going to say, I used to have a CD full of different sound effects from Hanna-Barbera. I don't know if they still make that. It's probably all online, right?
Online.
The Internet Archive, archive.org, has the library available for download. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a Creative Commons license for that particular collection of sound effects as well, so they can be used.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm assuming it costs money. I'm assuming it costs money, but or is it royalty free?
No, I'm pretty sure it's royalty free. We need to triple check, but we've double checked, and yeah, what we saw is that they have this royalty free Creative Commons license that comes with them. So you can go to archive.org and maybe Chaz can share that link as well.
Yeah, if I could find it.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll look for it right now.
Carl is also mentioning that Creative Commons is also royalty free.
Yeah.
Cool, good to know.
So
this show is not only entertaining, it is informative as well, right?
Exactly. And I just want to clarify a couple points earlier. Who's Maria? Maria is one of our ace editorial assistants. She's an animation major at Point Park. And there are currently 5 Milo the Mime cartoon strips that have been animated into mini shorts. So,
do you want me to link them through the YouTube chat, or do you want me to text them to you?
So that was going to be. So I don't know if you're going to be able to post them directly. If you see a little thing on the side of the screen that says private chat, you can send them to me, and then I'll be able to put them in the comments.
Okay.
That was going to be my next question. So you guys are gonna upload these videos to YouTube?
They're already uploaded to YouTube.
Oh, okay, they're already uploaded to YouTube. Awesome.
I would say TikTok is definitely so far among the viewing formats my favorite to watch them in, just because still kind of new to TikTok, but they actually it's like the right place for these kinds of shorts. I think Instagram and YouTube seems to be like you really have to search for them to find the shorts, and you gotta like know the episode name. You can't just type in Milo the Mime shorts. But the TikTok it's actually just kind of a nice interface.
Grant, you said there was like a private chat?
Yeah, on the side of the screen it should say private chat.
In YouTube?
I'm sorry?
On YouTube?
No, on StreamYard, the screen we're using currently.
Okay. Yeah, I'm putting them in right now.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay, now these are the sound effects. Do you have the link for the Milo cartoons?
Yeah.
I can drop that in. Do we have a preferred platform?
Why don't you, if you have both links, why don't you send those to me? I'm actually looking forward after the show is over. Please wait till after the show is over to go to YouTube and check out the cartoon shorts. But I'm actually excited for when the show is over. I'm going to check out these Milo. Okay, so we have TikTok. My stepdaughter keeps trying to get me into TikTok. She keeps saying that's what the kids are into. And I feel like I'm too old to use TikTok, but
the nice thing about TikTok, Grant, is that this is one of the few platforms where organic growth still can happen.
Okay.
Part of even this Kickstarter journey with Milo the Mime, we're entering the phase now where we're starting to do a little bit of advertising, to find new audiences. And one of the nice things about TikTok is there's like nearly a 1-to-1 ratio, one post one new follower because they're taking the time in their algorithm. I guess it's not really time, but they're doing the courtesy to the creators to actually share the work to new people. Facebook and Instagram, I don't know. I mean, I think they literally don't show it to people who are even in your network.
I mean, anything that you put into Facebook to promote something that you're trying to sell, the algorithm is brutal to that, which is why you want to get followers on Kickstarter and Instagram, but then you want to immediately convert them into newsletter subscribers. That's my advice for you guys, anyways. Or you could just use YouTube or what was it, TikTok?
Yeah.
It sounds like TikTok works pretty good.
Yeah, and we're learning new things too. Right now, we've got a Latin American following because the TikTok account was made in Peru. So
Also, sorry to
here-
interrupt, Isaac, but Grant, I also sent in a link of more sound effects I use for Mile of the Mine. They're in the second link.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry, Isaac.
Well.
No, it's all good. Yeah, so this is this is part of that journey too, and I think it's been a good exercise in just audience discovery, letting Milo find that right audiences as well. So we do some social media activities. Like I said, this week we'll actually start doing a little bit of advertising. Giving Meta money, things like that. But also, our goal is to really just make this project as visible as possible because we know once people see it, you're gonna love it. So.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, you guys have about an hour, or you guys have about a month and a half on your Kickstarter left, and you guys are well over halfway there. So you guys are doing great, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, thank you. I feel there's a lot of work to be done still. Because how to put this, like we've been blessed with some good support. There's a sponsorship hidden within that Kickstarter goal, so it kind of, how to put it, makes the gets us closer to our goal, which is a great thing. But that's one backer, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I think for us, I see there's the reason that we wanted to do a 60-day campaign even rather than a 30-day campaign was to give us time for discovering new audiences and kind of like letting the project build some momentum, and we could test out some different ways to share Milo throughout the campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know me, I always do longer campaigns. But hey, it looks like you got one new fan. Carl says that he is helping us get started, and he wishes it could be more, but he contributed. Thank you so much, Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Carl. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Carl is a good guy. He and his wife Donna are both very supportive of indie arts. Very nice people. I haven't had the opportunity to meet them in real life yet, but one of these days, maybe maybe we'll do a convention in Illinois someday, and I'll get to meet Carl and Donna. But I like to try to keep these episodes under an hour. So, is there anything else, either Isaac or Chaz, either of you want to say? I mean, other than post mentioning your social media tags.
Yeah, I'll share my social media. Let me share my website first. Yeah, I'll share my website and I'll send it to you through chat.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have chazillustrations.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put that in the chat. Donna is saying good luck to you guys too.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Donna. And my Instagram. Also, I might as well show this to you. The commercial, the ad we did with the mime, it was based off of this really, really old Nickelodeon commercial that had a mime,
Yeah.
like late 70s, early 80s. Yeah, if you want to like share it with people, you can.
Yeah, if you want to put the link in the chat, I'll put that in as well.
Yeah, I already did. Or do you want the YouTube chat?
No, it's cool. I can put it in the chat. And Isaac, were there any social media links you wanted to share?
Yeah, actually, a couple things too. One, if you're looking for an ace illustrator, reach out to Chaz. I haven't met too many illustrators who can like land very well a diversity of styles. And especially if you want that classic animation, nostalgia inducing style as well, Chaz is your guy. So I just wanted to give that endorsement. The second thing is, yeah, I invite everyone to take a look at Incubator Productions. We have educational opportunities. We do workshops in Pittsburgh. We're piloting a mobile cartoon museum that Grant was our resident cartoonist for a day at Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the mobile cartoon museum is awesome. It's going to be a really cool thing for anybody in the Pittsburgh area to check out.
Yeah. We have one upcoming September 6th. So that'll be at CLP downtown. And for that, we'll probably do a little bit more archival showcasing for it. That's something that our director, Karina Stepensky, has prepared, and I will learn more later this week on what they have prepared. The places to visit to get to know the work we do at Incubator, incubatorproductions.com. Subscribe to that newsletter. Skip the Instagram.
Exactly.
We also do have an Instagram and Facebook at Incubator Productions as well. So, and LinkedIn.
Exactly. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on the show. We will have an episode next week. I'm not sure who's going to be on yet, but I'm sure we will find somebody, or I'll just do it solo. Thank you, everybody who watched. Thank you to Isaac and Chaz for being on the show.
Thank you, Grant.
Thank you.
Yep.
And
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.